This was the mod I was talking about. Funkscop version 1. Yeah, I still have this shit, by the way. I know, it's insane. I'm gonna go lower down the volume a bit real quick. Yeah, I still have this mod. Spoiler alert, I still have it. And look, I know the Funkscop devs are not proud of V1, and fair. A lot of it was made by the original owner, which, by the way, is not a very good person. But I'm not going to go into that. Point is, I still have version 1, and I decided that to finally test this out, why don't we do a playthrough of Funkscop V1? Now I'm going to make this very clear, this is not going to be a full playthrough of the original mod. Okay, no, I'm not going to sit here and play through all 16 songs that are available in this mod. Instead, I'm only going to really be playing the full first week. So, what I mean by that is I'm only going to play New Maker, Obscured, Care, and Quitter. I'm not playing any of the other songs. Maybe I'll play Dave, because I really like that song, but I'm not playing anything else. Plus, if anything, I'm probably just going to play the rest of I'm probably going to replay the rest of version 1 off the video, because I really do want to replay all of version 1 today. So that way, when we play version 1.5 cancel build tomorrow, it'll be pretty damn interesting to see the differences. Otherwise, though, I don't have much else to say. Just know this is the thing we are doing for the final game test. So here we go. Let us go play Funkscop version 1, the full original week. Let's go read. The gift plane has been closed indefinitely, and all personnel have left. If you are unaware, the gift plane provided homes to over 100 young pets. Unfortunately, we have failed to remove all of the pets from their homes. 48 pets remain here at the time of writing. We would strongly encourage you to visit our 8 homes and find some friends to take with you. Every pet is uniquely valuable. You should have no problem finding somebody that you love. The gift plane staff. So, this is, of course, who you played as originally. So if it wasn't obvious, put it simply, we are playing through all of Funkscop V1. Not all of it, like I said before, but we're playing at the very least the original week. That being the song's New Maker, otherwise now known as Gift, because, the controversy regarding Petscop's lore being somewhat related to the New Maker case, which, by the way, if you don't know what that is, it's a very fucked up case regarding a girl. Actually, no, I'm not gonna get into it. If you want to search it up for yourself, I'm sure there's like a wiki page that talks about the New Maker incident. Just know the situation is really fucked, and those people definitely deserve to be in jail. Regardless, though, I'm gonna be playing this original week, and I'm gonna see if the audio will pick this up. I am also talking a lot more louder. I'm forcing myself to talk a lot more louder, so that way you can hear me over this. Hopefully, this should, again, yield good results. I actually turned up the volume a bit, because I think it's a bit too quiet here. Like right on here. That's good, that's good. So hopefully, this should yield good results. So, in that case, let's head into Rapper's Care, and let's see what all the fuss is about. Let us do this. New Maker, or, in this case, should probably be more representatively be called Gift. This song is obviously pretty damn old. It was made originally by Vania and Sherry, otherwise also known as Lex, or KiwiCast, if you fucking people know anything for them. And yeah, I think this is actually a really good song. I'm sure probably Vania and Lex aren't the most proud of this song now, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they are not very proud of this song. But I don't know, I really like it for just being a very chill tune. I think it does a lot well in being this kind of mysterious, but yet still very off-putting song. I especially love how the two versions of New Maker very much contrast each other when it comes to how they sound. For example, sorry, I keep referring to the song as New Maker. I think that's which was Gift now, because that's now its new name. For example, Gift, this version of Gift, something to note about this version of Gift is that obviously this section right here sounds a lot more calm in a way. I don't know how to describe it, but it almost sounds a bit lo-fi in a sense, and I actually really like that. It doesn't really have an off-putting vibe to it, which I really like. I think it's really cool. Do, 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 do. Also, kind of like how that song ends here as well too. But that is, of course, the main way you get the song. Obviously, that's of course the original version of Gift. You know, the version that Funkscop wants you to see. But what if there was another version of the song that you could play? Well, it's very simple. All we have to do is we have to pull up the the notes that was given to us. And it says this: I walked down the stairs when I got to the bottom. Instead of proceeding, I turned to the right and became a shadow monster man. This is the important information we need to get at here. In order to unlock the rest of the week, we need to do the following. We have to press enter, go to our options menu, go down here, and then do this. Fuck, I think I screwed it up. Okay, give me a moment as I have to figure this out. So, I think I know now what I need to do. We need to basically do this. So, I think, if I remember correctly, it's this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that is not it. Okay, never mind. I think I remember now. Hold up. I know I'm not screwing this up. I know I can do this. Give me a moment. I think it is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck me. Okay. Nope. That's not what we want. That's not what we... Okay, hold up. You're gonna have to give me a moment because I actually have to figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not it either. I feel like I should remember this. What was the code again? What was the code? I already forgot the code. You gotta be kidding me. It was something regarding down, down, down. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's not it, obviously. Hold up. I can remember this. I can 100% remember this. Let me just keep testing this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not it. That's not it. Wait, no, I think I remember now. I think I remember how this worked. You had to, like, press down one more time on exit the menu. No, it wasn't like that. Really? Was it not like that? Is my mind seriously blanking on this? I know what you're supposed to do. My brain just isn't processing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, now I remember. You had to press down, again, when you got down to the exit menu, you had to press down one more time, then press once right, and then you unlock this. So now, we should experience a full new version of Rapper's Plane. Let us see what this version of Rapper's Plane gives us. In this case, a new version of Gift. And if I recall correctly, I don't think too much of the song changes until obviously the second half. I think, in fact, for the most part, this first half has mostly stayed the same. I do think they changed, they changed a bit of how the first half sounds. It sounds a bit more sinister, which I actually really like. I think that's nice attention to detail. But of course, we have to still continue with the rest of the song, so let us see how that goes. Again, I'm sure the team isn't the most proud of this song, but I still personally like it. I think it's good. It's nice. I think it's a chill vibe, especially the first version of the song. Then you have the other version of the song that basically sounds very sinister, very much creepy, very awkward. It genuinely does sound like something you should have never... that no one was ever supposed to cover. Like this. This feels so sinister, and I love that. Also, another thing I like to talk about is that I did not like this mod originally. When I first played this mod back in the day, I kind of was conflicted on how to feel about it. I thought it was good, but I wasn't necessarily head over heels over it. Long story short, I ended up falling in love with this mod the more replays I did. Seriously, I don't think I can actually think about... Seriously, I mean this when I say this. There is not a single FNF mod I ever played where me replaying it caused me to love it even more than I was playing originally. Oh my gosh, I love this song. I still think it's great. I think it was very well done. But now, we move on to our next song. obscured. So this song is pretty interesting, as this song changes up the vibe a lot compared to, well, what a ton of the songs from Funkcop sound like. This is definitely the song that I will say caters the most to, this is the song I would say that caters the most to sounding like a Friday Night Funkin' song. Let me do it like this. It's not a bad thing, obviously, let me be very clear, that's not a bad thing in the slightest. But it's the song that, in my opinion, caters the most to the FNF sound. Which, let me make it very clear again, is not a bad thing. I personally actually do like Obscured. I know many people like Obscured. But I don't know, I think this one could have maybe used a bit more Funkscop sounding things, but hey, it's still a really good song, I'd say. Also, how do I funk that? And even though it's not like the best sounding song in the mod, at least in terms of like actually achieving Funkscop sound well, I will say it is a banger, okay? Love Seals did pretty damn good on this song. And hell, the team even knew this because because all they did was just basically remaster the song when it comes to version 1.5. Which, I mean, yeah, probably smart, honestly. I'd be pretty surprised if they did anything else. But like, you know, that's not a bad thing because they're just simply doing a remaster of a song. If anything, I think remasters can work very much well in FNF songs. I mean, hell, I think in general, I can't recall any... Honestly, it's kind of weird to say, but I feel like I rarely ever see musicians ever go back to their original song and try to improve them. FNF community is really one of the few modding communities where its musicians would genuinely go back to their original work and be like, I can do this better. Unlike, you know, a ton of musicians where they just simply be like, once they make the original song, that's it. That's the final version of the song they'll ever receive. Maybe a couple of remixes will come out, but otherwise that is the original version that is always going to be the original song. I kind of wish musicians in the real world honestly could have done more of that. Like, I kind of wish musicians in the real world could genuinely take advantage of, like, you know, remaking their original songs that they're not very proud of and then just make them better. I know that's probably, like, a weird-ass idea to do, you know, when it comes to, you know, actually making, you know, actual music, you know, making music to, like, you know, general audiences. But, you know, I still think it'd be cool to see. And, again, like I said before, this is a great song. Even if I definitely do think the Funkscop sound could have actually been better. It's still a great song. It's still really good. Alright, that was Obscured. Now it's time to do the song with Care. And I think it's literally just called Care, if I'm correct now. Yeah, Care. This song was made by Kiwi Quest. Also, I don't know if I mentioned last song. The last song was made by Love Seals. By the way, I really love a lot of Love Seals' work within Funkscop. I think it's all great. This song is really good, though. Let me turn the volume up a bit here. This song is really interesting when it comes to Funkscop and how it's handled. Now, something to note about the order of these songs is they're, in a way, out of order. The way this week works is almost done completely out of order of how the original week worked. For example, if I remember correctly, because I have seen Funkscop before, if I remember correctly, we don't even see Marvin, aka the whole Obscured scene. We don't see that go down until I think Funkscop 6? Somewhere between Funkscop 6 through 8 is when we actually see it go down. Meanwhile, I think we meet Tiara as early as episode 2, and then we meet Kara in episode 3, so it's kind of funny how it's backwards in this case. It's kind of funny, really. I guess to be fair, in regards to progression of the week, I think it does make a lot more sense why they put Marvin as the second song, especially since it doesn't really feel like a finale compared to, say, something like Care, or like Twitter, or it's now known as Septet. Which, by the way, I think it was very much a good idea what am I trying to say? I think it was a really good idea on the Funkscop development team parts to just change up some of the names of the songs regarding anything relating to the New Maker case. Because even Funkscop's creator themselves have admitted that they're not really proud of putting references to the New Maker case in Funkscop, which, I mean, yeah, fair. The case is really fucked. Again, if you want to know more about what the hell is the New Maker case or the New Maker incident. Just like pull up like a Wikipedia article, just search it up. You'll find out very quickly what this is about. But going back to the song, Care, I really like this song. I think it's really good. I think Kiwi did a really good job. I think Lex in general did a really good job here, capturing the more sorrowfulness that Care has as a character in this mod. And I think it's really well done. I think Lex overall just did a great job when it comes to doing this song. I will say this right now, I think maybe Lex could have put a bit more effort when it comes to the final leg of the song. It sounds a bit weak, but otherwise I still think the song overall is still great. It's honestly, in my opinion, a really underrated song in this mod. This song is honestly super underrated. I don't listen to it too much, especially compared to, say, songs like Impatience, and especially Abduction, but it's a great song regardless, and I think it did Care justice, and really, I think that was the most important thing here, that it did Care so much justice. But, yeah, that was Care, the song. Which now leads us into the final song of the week, Quitter, or otherwise now known as Septet. So this song is called, oh my gosh. This was the song that was made by Funkscop back when they were on the team. Now, unfortunately, this song ended up getting replaced with Septet, mostly because at the time, I'm not gonna go into this. Long story short, at the time, Tay was accused of liking certain art. However, eventually it was cleared up that that was not the case. But regardless, though, obviously, this song I think is great. I will say though, in regards to how Tay handled the song, I think it could have been handled a bit better. Again, I don't know if this necessarily fits Funkscop's sound the best, but I still think the song sounds really good. It's very good. It's very catchy. It's a great song, and hell, I especially like the unique way this mod, Funkcop V1, handled Tiara as a character here. They just literally make it a mask on boyfriend, which I think is honestly kind of creative representation of Tiara. And it's something in a way that I kind of wish in a way that maybe Funkscop 1.5 could have done. But at the same time, I think the new way that it was done to be more representative of the original series was definitely smart. I'll definitely admit that this isn't necessarily the best representation of Funkscop as a series. I think from what I can tell, version 1.5 definitely does a better job of representing the series. But I still think this is a really good mod, and I really have come to fall in love with this mod over the years, and I really do love it. Again, I really do. I think it's a great mod, and I really appreciate a lot of what this mod did. I mean, again, like I said before, this was the only FNF mod that I ever played where I did not only multiple replays, but those multiple replays only made me look at the mod more and more positively. I think really in general, Funkscop shaped a lot of what I believe FNF mods could do, funnily enough. And I'm gonna have to thank the Funkscop team for that. Me shaping my view that FNF mods could really be more than just, simple just beat and boop songs. And in this case, can actually have the songs be a lot more complex than just simply, what many FNF mods do with FNF songs, especially when it comes to their sounds. But that was, of course, the main Funkscop week. And obviously, I really like this week. I think it's really good. I really like the songs. I really don't have any complaints here. This was a great, I think in general, this was a great way of how I think this was just really good. It's really good. And while obviously, yeah, the mod is outdated, especially compared to version 1.5, which we will be playing tomorrow night, I still would say that overall, I really still like this mod. And I feel like in general, while yes, I definitely do think the team isn't necessarily the most proud of this version of the mod, I still definitely do think they should 100% be proud of the work they put into this mod. It's impressive. It is really impressive what the team was able to get done here. Especially considering that, from what I can tell at the very least, a lot of the team is pretty damn young. I think their youngest member at the time was 13? And it is really impressive what they were able to do. It is very much impressive. Like, again, I have to give a ton of credit to the team. What they were able to pull off is absolutely impressive. Just really, really goddamn impressive. And again, I can't really say much else. The team did really good. But obviously, this is... And what am I trying to say? This will be the last song we play in regards to the mod. I'm not playing anything else, at least when it comes to this recording. I'll probably play the rest of the version 1 off video. But this was just simply used as a last test to make sure that everything was good before we obviously jump into Funkcop version 1.5 tomorrow, which is exactly what we're going to do. But, yeah, that was Funkscop version 1 and me playing through the full week. Again, I'm not playing through the entire mod. That's going to be saved for tomorrow once we have to play through, version 1.5, which I'm sure is going to have a ton more content. And we'll have to obviously upload that to YouTube, so that'll be fun. Don't really have much else to say outside of, yeah, it's going to be real interesting. And I guess overall, we'll just have to see what happens, but I am pretty excited to play Funkcop version 1.5 tomorrow. And I hope it will be fun. So, Funkscop development team, if you see this, just know I really love your mod, and while I'm incredibly saddened by the mod's cancellation, hopefully whatever you guys decide to do in the future is going to be incredible. I know you guys are going to do incredible things. It is incredibly impressive. Alright, that's kind of all I have to say. In conclusion, it's a great mod. I really like it. Alright.